right, welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. You're watching Morning Cafe, and right about now we want to explore one of the most powerful concepts in marketing today. That is the second edition of the Nairobi Marketers Night Out, which will be happening this Friday. The first edition took place on February 28th this year. And of course, Dr. Stanley Shege Karanja is here with me in studio, CEO Stan Consulting Group Limited, of course, to deliver compelling customers' value proposition. That is the topic he'll be talking about the Marketers Night Out this Friday, that is CVPs. And of course, alongside Dr. Stanley, there will be other keynote speakers. That is Ms. Phyllis Wakiaga, Global Lead Commerce and Industry, and of course, Stephen Lokonyo as well, the Managing Director, Fast Assurance Limited. Karibu sana to studio, Dr. Stanley.
Thank you so much, Anna.
All right.
Yes.
I've talked about this being the second edition, the first one having, took place on the 28th of February. But for a viewer, and for that marketer business person who is watching this morning for the very first time and hearing about the Marketers Night Out, what would you tell them what this is about?
Thank you, and thank you TV47 and the entire media fraternity for this opportunity. As you've heard, my name is Dr. Stanley Karanja from Stan Consulting Group Limited. And this Friday, we'll be having the Marketers Night Out by Marketing Africa. Marketing Africa is an organization led by His Excellency Williams Kalombo. We call him His Excellency in marketing. He's a great man. He has been able to run this organization for a while, bringing top marketing minds and energies together. So it will be happening at Nairobi Convention Auditorium, where we will be meeting. What has been happening is when we meet people of different brands, corporates, marketers, and those who want to join, understand and appreciate marketing. The keynote speakers discuss different topics of desire to the people at that particular time. It's a point, it's a learning session, it's an interaction session, it's a networking session. We go there, we learn hard, we play hard, we enjoy ourselves all the way from 3 p.m. Till late night. Yeah, so it's a good opportunity. The cost which has been posted there, 7,500. It's not only learning, but there will be a full dinner that we shall eat together. Fine dining. That's the time when you come. We eat as marketers. Yeah. Serious eating. And yes.
When you mention food,
yes.
Now Kenyans.
Yes. That's fine dining. Sometimes some people are asking me, they're calling me now, having said that I'll be a guest speaker, and they're asking, can I just come? Say yes, but there is protocol, of course.
Yeah.
Marketers are organized people. There is protocol and there is discipline. And all that is taken care of. It's well planned. There'll be a lot of entertainment. There's a lot of learnings. There'll be a lot of networking. There'll be a lot of food. There'll be lots of drinks. Hey.
Food and drinks. All right. Now, this being the second edition, how different is it from the first edition that took place on the 28th of February? And just to talk about it now in general, what makes this year's edition different from those other editions that we've had before?
Always the next thing from the learnings of the previous one, the next one has to become better. We have more speakers, we have more different speakers focused on the issue, the current issues that are happening, particularly in the world of marketing. So definitely, again, is to be able to bring people up to speed, the trends, what's happening in marketing world, in customer value proposition, the world of people, technology, delivery of results, global trends, what is happening. So that as a marketer remember marketer is that person who attracts customer in business. A marketer is responsible for the business. A marketer is this person, even when you look at the final accounts of any business, we call it top line or the turnover. He's the one who brings sales. The marketer is the one who thinks about the product for a business to exist. So this is an opportunity that we shall be having in the marketing fraternity, that night out, where we will be examining such issues, bigger and better, and integrate into our networks, and be able to ask ourselves questions, what else?
After the event.
What else, now that we are in marketing, what else can we do? That value that we can add to our businesses and wherever else in our profession.
All right. Now that you've talked about it, what else actually? Now is the question I'm going to ask you. What else? You know, what gaps are you trying to fill and the problems you're seeking to solve with this Marketers Night Out, this event? Because I understand that there's still more to come. This is not the last event that you're going to see this year. There's more to come in August and, you know, further into October. But what gaps are you looking to fill with this event?
It's important when we come together. We don't. We appreciate one another. We network together. We look opportunities of getting better all the time. Getting better all the time. It's an open discussion. You meet new friends. You create new friends. We make new businesses. Yeah, that's the most important thing that every time we meet again, we'll always meet different sets of people. Also, sometimes some old-time friends who have changed jobs, they have changed wherever they've been, they're also appreciating, or they have even changed the profession. Even people in engineering, people in medicine, they are all welcome. They come, we think together, because business is business, and the marketer is the owner of the business and the business mind. Yes. So.
Now to your topic of the day on Friday, that is delivering compelling customer value propositions, that is CVP. But for the sake of clarity, you know, what exactly is customer value proposition, that is CVP, and why is it important for brands today?
Many people start business. And if you look at the trends of how people start business, even small business, in building of our economies and building our livelihoods, sometimes becomes a copy-paste idea that you saw somebody was doing something and then you thought it's also good for you to do and to keep yourself busy. In marketing and in the business world, it's not about keeping yourself busy. It is that value that you'll be able to deliver. That value that you'll make that customer in every effort you do in business development and in growing enterprises in our economy. That effort that you engage from the beginning, how will it build into the next opportunity and grow the business profitably? For example, let's say when you start a business, you must think about the customer loyalty ladder. Where do you get customers? And first of all, before thinking of getting the customer, what is this that you need to sell? And this one I'm talking to all people. And of course, definitely living people. Because people are not. So you must first of all discern what product or service you're selling. You must come up with a product. What is this that I want to give to the world? What is this that I want to give to a certain target group or generally to people? And we always say the first idea that you have about the product is to be able to price it for you to be in business. First of all, you must have a product or a service. The second thing, you must have a price for it that shall take care of all your costs and still remain profitable. The third thing, that product or service must be available to the customer, to the people that you are targeting, to the world out there. The fourth, after having the product, the price, and the place, be it online or physical, you'll need to promote it. These are the things that us as marketers, we keep exploring. And it's not enough, even after having the 4 Ps. We call them the traditional Ps. Then you need to have people who shall deliver that. So today, marketers, we are talking about value proposition, is to have that mindset of a person who can deliver value to the customer and to the people. So it is very important to have the 5th P, people. Again, it is not enough for you to build a business from a small business to a multinational if you don't have a process. Then we bring the 6th P, the process. It's not enough if there's no evidence of an experience that the customer or the consumer is happy. Thus becomes the 7th P, physical evidence, or the experience that you get. And if all these 7 Ps you are doing and you have not discerned what profitability levels, then you're not in business. The 8th P, profitability. Everything that we do has to be of value and it has to be profitable so that it can be able to reinvest what profits you've gotten and be able to support even the communities that we live in. Then it becomes the essence of doing business. Remember, the key thing about leadership is about God created us to know ourselves and develop ourselves for the sake of serving others and serving ourselves.
The issue of pricing now, when we're talking about the 8 Ps that you've talked about, say we're selling the same product, but we also want to just thrive in this particular business, say, the beauty industry, the way it is. We see a lot of people also going towards the plastic surgery option, which is doing quite well. We can't ignore that fact. And say, I want to, put a pricing that will bring me customers, but also sustain my business. Now, how do we go about the pricing factor? As much as we're talking about marketing, pricing is also an issue. How do I put pricing that is beneficial to me and to my consumer as well, so that they stay here, they don't go, away looking for other options for them to now get the services that they need?
I like your topic, and it's a very fragile topic. Fragile and agile. Plastic surgery, cosmetology. People are changing. Why are they? You must ask yourself, why are they? Why is there a need of people for cosmetics, changing the way they look like, changing their nose, changing all those things? So first of all, as a marketer, is to be able to think the first thing, the why. Why do people need to do that? What is it in? We call it We FM. What is it in for this, or what is it in for them? So when you discern and be able to appreciate that you have consumers of your product, you must also be able to see the service and be able to cost it. You need to take all the ingredients to be able to deliver that service. Do you require an office, or do you require the space that you require? What machinery do you require? Then, after knowing the total cost, must be able to check again. What is my bare minimum? Now it goes to the financial calculations and appreciation on financial intelligence. How do I be able, what is my fixed cost? And what numbers of people will I be able to get to be able to determine the price that I'll be able to have to handle my fixed cost? And also on price, you must also be able to check such service, is it offered anywhere else? Is there a need for that service that people can pay? And at what price? And what's your quality levels do you want to deliver this? And remember, the consumer of your service must also be asking a question. If I do this, what is the benefit to them? If you're going to cosmetology, what is it in for you? What is it that you want? Is it that maybe you're in the media world, you need to look good, you need to have more customers in TV 47, you need to have more customers, and then the rate of the business transactions and conversions increases, then it makes sense. Because again, there must be always an intention of why you're doing. So when you understand the intentions of your customers, the need of your customers, then you can be able to appreciate where is the pricing. Can also benchmark around. We can also be able to research further and be able to know, how is this service or product that I'm having, how do I price it? And then don't fail at that point. Always we encourage people to start a business. As you go on, sometimes the price may be very high because of your cost and you have very few people that you're serving. But as it goes on, then you can be able to have more people and be able to reduce the price. See what happens when a product, let's take a product like a Coca-Cola bottle. Production of one Coca-Cola bottle, you may spend a lot of money. You may spend, if you are to consume one bottle of Coca-Cola made only for you, it will cost you maybe 1 million shillings for one bottle. But because they are mini, the volumes, it makes even to a level that you buy that Coke bottle with 50 shillings. Because of the volume engaged in it. So in every business, you must also, when it comes to pricing, think about the customers I will get, the price, and also the people the number of customers so that you'll be able to get your fixed cost and the variable cost and enhance go to profitability.
Perfectly said. So where do most businesses get it wrong when, curating their CVPs?
Thinking, mindset. People that start business, they don't think about their customers. They don't see the value that they are seeking to give to their customer. They don't communicate value to their customers. Even communication is very important. Because again, for you to be able to appreciate value, what is this value you are giving? And when you're coming to the domain of customer, must first of all understand who is my customer. That's the biggest disconnect people that get. Who is my customer? What do they need? Most of the time people take whatever they have, they just need to. They copy paste maybe somebody, you have a phone, you're giving. You can see the evolution like go to the telephony world. We started with Kabambe, Kamulika Mwizi. In fact, Kamulika Mwizi was an advanced. There was like those days of Nokia 3310 and all those things. They have grown. Today you have smartphones, you have Android, you have iPhones and all that. It's because they are engaging the customers. They have phones these days, they have cameras. They have cameras. People sometimes are buying the camera first before buying the phone.
Yeah.
So what is this need that is there? And why is they doing that? Because they are creating content. They are creating business. Is depending on who is something that you can help you generate revenue.
Yeah.
You're creating content, you're uploading, you're able to search, you're able to be connected. So back to your question, where do people get it wrong? Is the mindset to keep track of the needs of the customers. For you to continuously grow where you started, we thank God where you started. If you have started, please don't give up. This is a journey. And that's why you need a marketer with a mindset, particularly in the domain of academia of marketing. We have several layers of marketing who are specialized again. You have those who are called salespeople, or being in the market execution. They go to the customer, find the customer, talk to the customer. That one, they deal with the customer. Then we have those who deal with the minds of the people who buy. They are called shoppers, trade marketing. You connect between the product, the idea, to the field, creating visibility. And then we have now in the normal understanding who we call brand managers, brand executives. Now they think about the brand like a child. So in your business, you must be able to have this understanding. It's not marketing is only just having a salesperson going to the field.
Yeah.
You also need somebody who understands the beginning to get that product to sell. You need a brand person. A brand person is like mothering a baby, is a mother to a baby. You take that brand, you take that baby that you've been given, is it a product or a service? Develop it, grow it, understand its needs. What time does it need to be fed with what? So that it delivers value. Then you must also have another mindset that will be able to understand the consumer and the shopper. What is this they are looking for? So that the customer can pick it and again, in another level, consume it to the consumer. It's a big domain. Come to Marketers Night. We'll be able to have an opportunity to be explaining these things in a fun way. In a fun way.
Now you're talking about CVP being, rooted in solving a need. But now, how can brands accurately identify the needs of a customer, especially when we're talking about customer preference? Constantly shifting. Now, how can brands accurately now identify the needs of their customers?
Research is very important. Keeping track. Tracing trend, we call it, in performance management, we call it tracing, tracking, and trending. You must be able to check your performance of your brand. You must trace it from the beginning, the onset documentations that you had. What did you purpose to do? What did you purpose to achieve? Then come to you have a history of building and have a deck that the growth as it continues, you're able to evolve and appreciate how the brand is going and understand the market always. Don't be blind to the market. A marketer his eyes on the brand all the time and all the customers.
All right. Let's take a very short break. At this point, we are talking to Dr. Stanley Shege Karanja, CEO, Stan Consulting Group Limited, about the Marketers Night Out that will be happening this Friday on his topic, delivering compelling customer value proposition. Stay with us.
Our world is changing every day, and so should we, for the better. Each week, we tackle the big why, the question that should be on everyone's mind. Why isn't this fixed yet? Deforestation, global warming, and the adverse effects of climate change. The future isn't just something that we inherit, it's something that we create. Join us on The Green Fix as we tell the stories of those who refuse to give up. When it comes to fixing the planet, there is no time to waste. Join me, Shiksha Arora, on Thursdays at 9 p.m. on The Green Fix as we look into the big why, you and I.
For comprehensive information and education on your health, Body Garage is here.
Don't allow anyone to pluck out your good tooth as long as it is strong and stable.
Cancer doesn't start today and you get the symptoms tomorrow. By the time you pick it or the time it is manifesting in you, probably will be there about 5 to 10 years.
The eye is the window to the rest of the body.
Don't forget to stay hydrated.
And of course, you at home do take your water.
So the ultimate test is actually you check your urine. Your urine should be clear.
Clear like the water.
Yes. Should be able to see the other side of the urine. If your urine is colored or has changed color, you cannot see the other side, then you have not taken enough water.
Don't forget regular health checkups. Early detection saves lives.
I want the message be, we can prevent cervical cancer. We prevent cervical cancer in several ways. You have young girls and even somebody who's above that age, you can pay at least every 3 years. Somebody should have a pap smear done.
If you are 40, 45, 50 going upwards, once a year, please go see a doctor. Yeah, it's just for normal routine maintenance.
Hey there, friends. Welcome to Kids on the Block, where fun and imagination come alive. We dive into magical world filled with exciting adventures and awesome friends.
What position were you in?
I was number 2.
What position were you?
Number 1.
He decided to cross the bridge by his house and look for food on the other side.
We're going to do half cup of chocolate chips, and the other one, we're going to do half cup of the blueberries.
So, grab your imagination hats and get ready to explore with us. Join us every Saturday at 9 a.m. for new friends, amazing stories, and tons of laughter.
Jiunge nasi tunapoangazia safari za viongozi bora.
All right, welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. You are watching Morning Cafe. This morning we are talking about the Marketers Night Out that will be happening this Friday. We have Dr. Stanley Shege Karanja, CEO, Stan Consulting Group Limited. He's talking to us about his topic that he will be talking about that Friday, delivering compelling customer value propositions. So if you're a business person, of course, we welcome you, and any other person, any questions that you may have, to be part of this conversation on our social media platforms, TV47 Kenya, on Facebook and on YouTube, on X at TV47 News KE. Now, Dr. Stanley, you know, there's a thin line between the CVP, the compelling, the customer value proposition, and of course, brand, what is it called? Brand positioning. How different are they, and how do they work together between CVP and brand positioning?
Well, first of all, it's good to understand brand positioning. You're talking on particular of a brand. Now you're becoming very specific.
Yeah.
You're talking of a brand. You're talking of a brand TV47. Or there are several other products or services within, like Morning Cafe.
Yes.
You're branding the show. You are positioning it in the morning. It is. Just imagine you have a Morning Cafe in the evening. How will it be? That's now brand positioning. But again, it can still be in the evening, but it is still delivering value with what it discusses, the issues that it gives. So that's the difference. I hope you can be able to get practicality. One is very specific to that particular, how you're positioning it, and having not finished the entire 360 of the production and delivery. But on customer value proposition, you're talking the 360 continuum, from the beginning to the end, what value you can be able to deliver. And I will wish to our viewers today, it can also be a learning opportunity.
Of course.
That a value proposition has 4 essential elements. If they have a pen and a paper, they can note it down. That number one, for you to create value for a specific customer segment. Now, before going to the value, first of all, the business at the balance scorecard, strategic perspective, it has 4 components. There must be customer in businesses. There must be financial mindsets. There must be internal business processes, mindset, and there must be HR people mindset. And today we add another one called leadership and governance mindset to be able to lead. The biggest challenge we are having in many businesses and also in public administration. People leadership and governance. Now, it has 4. You must now go to the domain of the customer. The others we shall explore them later, but today we are talking of customer value. So you must be in the value, first of all, in the value proposition. It has 4 sets. That in that there must be a customer perspective. You must understand customer outcomes and problems. You know, people start business without knowing what are they serving. First of all, there must be customer outcomes and problems. Number 2, after knowing the customer outcomes and problems, there must be what we call, what is it in for me? What value are you promising? Morning Cafe, what value are you promising to the viewers and the listeners? You are promising them they'll be educated, they'll be inspired, they'll be motivated,
informed,
informative as early as in the morning. So there is what is in for the viewer, for the listener. Then after that, step 2, step 3 is why choose or buy from us? So in the ingredients of making Morning Cafe, you have to place it that you'll be getting good content, you'll be having good speakers, engagement, so that they can always be taking their time to produce why choose from us. And then there must be a proof. The 4th, for you to create value, there must be evidence, qualification, and quantification. What is it in? If you do somebody, if you go to a salon, when you come out, you expect somebody, and particularly ladies, this one, you hit hard on men, that they must say you're smart, even when you are not.
You must.
That because you have come from salon, you have invested.
You have no
then
choice.
you want to, when you meet with your significant other, a gentleman, he has to say, oh, you look smart. And sometimes you don't. So we keep quiet. It lies on the eyes of the beholder. Sometimes you go and come with a lot of innovation, with very, very, very fancy things. Then a man cannot appreciate, or a husband, or then you want, I have invested in this thing. Quantification, prove it that it is happening. So from the customer perspective, understand the outcomes and the problems. What are we solving? What is it in for me? The competitive difference, why choose from you as you're delivering and not the other. and then have a proof, the quantification, the final outcome, customer experience that you get from it. And that's why we said in the 7th P, physical evidence or outcome or experience that makes you go in a certain restaurant and pay more. You go somewhere, you are buying a cup of coffee at 1,000 shillings. And there's somewhere else you can get with 50 shillings. So what is the difference? Is the outcome, is the ambience, is the value that you get, is the people also you meet at that class. The people of 1,000 shillings who can spend 1,000 shillings, they need ambience, they need cool music. They will not go in noisy places, not well kept. So just that appreciation of what value do you create in the entire continuum of marketing. And that's why sometimes as marketers, we listen to our customers. Now, as professional marketers, we listen to the customers, which are businesses. So what do you want? Then question number 1, we ask, what do you want? So the question number 2, we ask, how will we get it? How will we get it? The now planning comes into place. And when we get it, how will it look like? That proof of it, the final outcome, how will it look like? And then we'll still ask you, when we are getting into the marketing consultancy, why is it important for you? So then you need to explain the customer problems, customer outcomes. Now that's when you start doing business, and your business becomes a sustainable business. Otherwise, many people do businesses because they had somewhere, or they saw others doing, but they...
Or they want the money.
Or they want the money. Money is a process. The psychology, the social psychology theory of money, you must understand money. And you must work for it up to a certain limit that money accepts to start working for you. So that's also another thing that people need to appreciate. So after asking you the question, why is it important for you to be able to bring the issues of the outcomes and the problems they want to solve in the society, then we will ask you, how will you stay committed to this process that we have? Marketers, we don't do things which have no value, because everything that a professional marketer does wants finally to come with what is called the return on investment. Having engaged us and having worked with you, what is the return on investment? Our discussion, our plan, our advisory services. And then how will you stay committed to this journey you have placed in? How will you stay committed? And again, we will tell you, when you achieve it, an opportunity to celebrate it. And always be gracious to your customer, so that you continue building loyalty, you appreciate them, you retain them, and it becomes very, very important for that flow.
Now that you mentioned the return on investment, how can these businesses now measure the return on investment in terms of just, after coming up with this customer value proposition and everything is working out, or maybe not even working out, how do they now measure the return on investment for their businesses?
Are you making profits? Since last time, where we look at the base where we were, you are running your morning cafe as of today, 27th May 2025. If we engage in this process and do documentations appropriately, the strategies, the actionable strategies, the activities, their measures, what is spent, what needs to be generated as revenue, and who's responsible, that's when you're doing strategic planning at a higher level. Then you can be able to know this is how it is today. So if we look at it after 100 days or 3 months, 6 months, because marketing sometimes is more not on a daily basis. Sales can be on a daily basis because we are looking on targets, the viewers, whatever you're achieving on that, those are metrics. But now if you're looking at return on investment, you give it a span. Is it 3 months, is it 6 months? Then you can be able to evaluate. When we were having the things that we did before 27th, the things that we engaged, we have done them. And now at a certain point that we are looking at maybe end of December, how are we? What are the numbers, and what is the money that we are making in? So you'll be able to see the investment that we did of 1 million shillings. By the way, we have even made 3 more millions, so it is effective. Just on a speak.
So would you say in cases of a rebrand, failing to redefine the CVP is a waste of time? say, your business wasn't doing well, but now you want to, create this rebrand in order to just make this business, position it for success. But now you fail to redefine these CVPs and how you want them to look like and how you want to, cater to your customers. So is it a waste of time, failure to redefine CVPs?
Not only a waste of time, you are lost. You cannot be doing any activity in a brand without seeing the entire continuum of 360. You are saying now, and that's what many organizations and bodies fail because they don't connect to their core. CVP is very strategic because you're understanding even the market, you're understanding the marketplace, you're understanding the problems of the customer, you are designing the marketing strategy, including. So rebranding is a very small component inside the designing of the marketing strategy.
Yeah.
So it's a very small activity among many other activities. Then come to, after that, you go now to deployment. The marketing strategies that you have come in, or within the strategic plan. Again, the marketing must also be at a higher, CVP is a higher strategic level of mindset, creation, understanding, not only a product or a brand, but the entirety of the business. And then where does each brand fit? What does each brand requires? What needs to be done to be able to achieve the required outcome and for it to be profitable? And the customers to be happy. Remember, in marketing, we don't just do work for money. We work for value. That the businesses will have value, the consumers will have value, and they will be happy. That's why you see marketers always smile.
Yes.
Because we are happy for the good things that we do in this world.
Not to convince the consumer, the buyer.
No. We are not in the business of convincing. That's the old type of marketing. Why convince you, if at all, the presentation of it, you just appreciate it. But it's also, even convincing is part of the thing, educating people, creating awareness. Sometimes you have to create awareness for people to be able to appreciate. And then you can connect, when you connect the academia and the practical world, that's where we talk about the AIDA model. You have to create awareness. You have to create, you have to raise interest. That's why you see all these marketing things are done. You create interest, you go to content generation, you create interest with somebody from the mindset, the psychology of now the consumer, the customer, your target. Then you raise the desire, oh, wow, how can I get it? So they even decide, can I go and buy it now? It doesn't matter even the price. I want that. Then when you get it, again, marketers, we don't finish at AIDA in today's world. There is satisfaction. We want to ensure that you got satisfaction. So we've gone further from just AIDA modeling to AIDA's satisfaction. We want satisfaction from the consumer, satisfaction along the entire value chain, the chain of distribution, from route to warehouse and route to customer and route to consumer. All of them. They're happy. And when you do that, you'll have achieved your purpose in life as a marketer. So
we always hear customer is always right. Where do you stand with that?
Yes, the customer is always right, depending with what he knows or she knows. Sometimes if they don't know, you cannot blame them. It's called unconscious incompetence. Okay. If you don't know, you don't know.
Kama hujui.
Haujui. Sasa tutakusaidia aje. So, but now, with a lot of respect as marketer, we will not tell you you don't know that you don't know, because that's a mad zone. So, we will, with a mindset, positive mindset, that the customer is right. So the customer is also right, even to be explained, so that they understand. So, a marketer is that person who has that big heart of even knowing this person does not know that they don't know, so it's my responsibility to make this person to know first that they don't know, but respectfully, then make sure interventions to make that this customer now knows and can be able to make a correct decision that shall have value to them and to the others and the environment.
All right. I want us to go back to the pricing factor and of course use another example. Say in case of a B&B, we also see that as a booming business right now. But let's say somebody wants to set up a B&B right here in Muthaiga and say per day he or she charges 10,000 Kenyan shillings. But now somebody comes in with that same business idea and now wants to price it at 5,000 Kenyan shillings. Of course, that is lower than what the area prices for these B&Bs. So what risk factors does that have on this particular business of, say, mine, if I'm to price it at 5,000 Kenyan shillings as compared to what the market in this area is used to, which is 10,000 Kenyan shillings? Does that have any risk to my business when I price it at a lower price?
No, it has no risk. You must be able to have to engage a proper marketing genius to be able to have more customers as well. Remember, customers, depending on what you're offering, you can also offer at quality, offer it at quality, convenience, where they're coming, and they be able, at that point, you'll be able to get more customers. If you're guaranteed of getting many customers, then you can charge 5,000, depending also with how many units do you have. It does not make sense if you're going to charge 5,000 shillings and you have 1 unit or you have 3 units, which are always full. So again, the law of demand and supply comes into place.
Yeah.
So when you're doing that. And even if you're still in Muthaiga and you're charging 10,000, it may be so cheap. If the type of the customers in A, B, and B, they come for 10,000 and then they stay there for 24 hours. You understand the natures of this A, B, and B.
Yeah.
If they stay for 24 hours, you're not making money. But even if you charge 2,000 shillings and the same room is being used 10 times a day, you've made 20,000. But okay, the cost is much because of cleaning and all doing all that. So again, it is the mindset and you being in your business and understanding the value you're delivering for profitability and enhancing the value at all the times. So even in Muthaiga, you can have an Airbnb. You're charging 100,000 a day. You come, then you have a helicopter ride sometime. People will come. And by the way, it may be booked for a whole year. It's interesting how we do business and marketers look at things. You can have an Airbnb, you come one night, but you remember you'll pay 100,000. But the level of marketing and value proposition and that promise that you'll need to give, it needs to resonate and the customers feel, yes, I'm gonna get this value. Then you're in business. So pricing is not just a matter of pricing or hearing about the area. You can be in this area, yes, it has that ambience. That's part of it. You're in Muthaiga. Because if you're in Muthaiga again and you charge 1,000 shillings, who will come? Will they be walking?
Yeah.
Will they be walking? It will have some questions.
Yeah.
So you need to price right. And you need to indulge the market and understand the type of the customers that you're targeting.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know, we know our people, and in the Kenyan context where, you know, pricing is a very sensitive issue. Now, how do you now convince a customer to choose value over price in that case?
Kenyans have no problem with pricing.
There's money.
Kenyans have no problem with pricing. What they have a problem is value. If you give them value, in this country, there are vehicles over 20 million. And those people who take vehicles over 20 million, you don't take a loan to go and buy a vehicle over 20 million. Many vehicles over 10 million. There are vehicles of around 1 million or below. And they are there, Kenyans are buying. It's the value that you want to do and your capacity to be able to acquire what you require. So Kenyans is one of the best places, by the way, in the world. Let me tell Kenyans this. You know, in 2012, in the year 2010, I visited United States. And one thing about the spirit of Americans, Kenyans, we can also do better. They have one spirit. When you reach there, even the guard markets America, that welcome. This is the place to be in the world. This is the promised land. That's a God telling you. What do we tell visitors when they come to Kenya? So, Kenyans are great people. We have everything. The level of literacy, unless something happens with our education policy and all that, but Kenyans have been above many of the people in the world. Kenyans are sharp. They know what they require. And this is the best place to be in marketing. Yes, because you are dealing with people who are already beyond, they don't know that they don't know. Kenyans at least, they know what they know what they want. So it's not a difficult thing. Yeah, so our country, our beloved country, let's market us. We are all marketers. As much as we say we are all politicians. in Kenya, everybody has an opinion in politics, most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are those who have decided to close their eyes about politics. But in marketing, if you wake up every morning and prepare yourself, you're a marketer. If you wash your face and you prepare yourself to look good, you're a product on sale. You are going to sell your services. You are going to sell yourself out there. You are the first marketer. And if you wash your face, we need you at and prepare yourself, and you believe that you're a smart person. We expect to have a marketer's night out this Friday.
This Friday.
Yeah, so you just come because you're a marketer. You market yourself. Otherwise, wake up and just walk the way. But even if you walk out of your room, you are still also a marketer. You are creating availability of yourself to the people. Remember, the other model says creating availability, visibility, and now engaging activation to be able to deliver that value.
We are in a marketing class this morning.
No, people, let's the morning cafe be real. Let people enjoy this.
Absolutely.
Today,
you know where
today marketers, Marketing Africa, Stan Consulting Group Limited, TV47. Here we are giving people their morning marketing dose.
We do agree.
And we are inspiring them. We are the people. We are the marketers. We own the world.
Yeah.
This world, it's not by mistake we are here. That's the spirit and mindset of a marketer.
And you know, Dr. Shegewa was asking about the issue of pricing in the country. We often hear about, when you see products that are written made in Kenya, buy Kenya, made in Kenya. Most Kenyans really don't want to buy their products made in Kenya because they say they're overpriced. Sometimes they're very, very, quantity, they're products with value. So the issue of, companies competing over price only and not competing over value, should it be the way to go? Just brands competing over pricing as compared to competing over value?
Yeah, it's happening even in the world of consultancy. What we charge as Stan Consulting Group for you to train you good people for a day is not the same the market value is. Somebody can charge you like almost nothing without not knowing proper calculation of the nature of the business. So it is real, and Kenyans know value. And we will still, when you look at it, it's not about the issue of made in Kenya is the problem in Kenya. It is if it's written made in Kenya, what is its quality? We have things made in Kenya, fantastic. We have TV47. Could I refuse to come to TV47 and say I want to go to BBC?
How can you afford?
Seriously? It's the same. We know what it is. Yes. And we are able to deliver to our customers. So the issue of price and the issue of Kenyans made in Kenya, Kenyans have no problem. They are a customer. So you who is producing in Kenya, please provide value, price right, because you have taken your ingredients into that. Market right. Then when the customer becomes happy, there's no issue of made in Kenya. In fact, we shall build better. Things done in Kenya of high value are better than anywhere else in the world. It is us to get to be able to assess ourselves. What is this that we are doing? How are we doing it? Are we doing it right? There is somebody somewhere who loves value, and Kenyans love value.
So how has the marketing field grown over time from where you sit as an expert in this marketing field?
No, marketing is growing. Marketing is growing. One thing is to appreciate the opening up of the space in the global world, while becoming by technology. The world has grown, has opened up Kenya, and also the appreciation of having many multinationals in Kenya. If you go to some countries, they're still lagging behind. In Kenya, we have multinationals. They come here, they appreciate our education system at a particular time. I don't know about tomorrow, but so far where we have reached, but there's room for improvement. Kenyans have appreciated, they love them, particularly marketers and any human being. They love themselves. Kenyans love themselves. Only sometimes they go wrong without. What we lack in Kenya is, and what we need to pray is foresight. Tomorrow, how will it be? On this value, will it be consistent beyond tomorrow? Be it on people or products. And when you look at the domain of marketing, it is growing. But there's a lot of room of improvement. Where we are lacking is now the academics. And becomes from our history where we were. If you take any university graduation list, You'll meet so many accountants. Right now, the university discovered there was a place for procurement. There are so many people doing procurement. Very few people are doing marketing, and very few people are doing HR. That's where the problem is. Education, people to get to understand the domain of marketing. We need more marketers in this country. But it's because from the scarcity mentality that we've grown with, that if you go to school because you want to be employed at a particular time, not value. Right now, see where we are going to the CB, it's all whipping people towards science.
Yeah.
We are a marketing country, we are a service country. If we can harness, we can take the world. Yeah, but you see everybody is being promised, if you do procurement, you'll get a good job. If you do finance, you'll be an accountant, you'll be able to be signing checks. Excuse me, we are the people who are engaging the mindset to be able to turn around the business. So we are growing but at a slow rate, particularly on the mindset and the learning and the domain appreciation, particularly with our education system. That one, nobody is in it. If they are listening, they know we are not there. And that is the essence of any business or progress of humanity. Because before you check, you get out of that. Now, when we have few marketers, and then when they go to the business world, when there are no jobs, everybody is running to become, and always you go to interviews, which we also do a lot of interviews, particularly in the field, in the domain of marketing, sales development, business development, and you'll always ask somebody, are you a salesperson? There's a spirit of rejection that people have that they need to go out, that needs to be removed. And it's only through empowerment in school that when you are learning marketing, you can say, I am a marketer, I am a salesperson. We have a way to go so that people can not only be able to look for the work of marketing because they did not have a job, it's the last option, because it's the most difficult thing to do. To sell is not easy. And that's why as Stan Consulting Group, we are in the space of helping people appreciate the science of how to sell. If I give me an engineer and I have trained them on the science of selling and how you become, and you do the art of selling, and then it becomes a second nature. And this rejection gets out of you, and you can be able to interact with people happily and sell your products. Many people, they sell because, and they go to the business because they have nothing to do. They went to school, they were promised jobs, there are no jobs, now they are crying. Now they want to say, oh, yes, I'm selling this, I'm selling. They don't know how to do it. But again, this Friday, Nairobi Hospital Convention Center, we will unlock and eat and dine and drink together. We welcome all of them.
What should they expect this Friday as we wind up?
No, I have just told you.
Yes.
There's a lot of learning, unlocking, and sharing.
Eating.
Yeah?
And eating, of course.
Of course, eating. Oh, there'll be lots of food. In fact, we'll have a 7-course. 7-course meal. Fine dining. In fact, we'll have a super place for fine dining if you want to learn about fine dining. Yeah, and then definitely learning, relearning, and learning again.
Yeah.
And then having fun and the network. Please, if you have a business card, come and make sure that it has a QR code so that even if you have 3 cards, you're in the world of technology, you can scan and then upload in your system, upload in your phone. It will be fantastic. Come with your card, ensure that you come with a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend that marketers and every human being, if you wake up in the morning to wash your face, you're a marketer. That is the place we are meeting this Friday, as early as 9 p.m. So let your employer know after lunch, the roads are leading to Nairobi Hospital Convention Center for the marketers' engagement.
We will be there. We must be there. Yes. Now, today, being the 27th of May, it's World Marketing Day. And the theme today is Inspire the Next Generation. How are you as marketers really just inspiring the next generation as you wind? This is your last question, as you wind up.
Thank you. They need first of all, is the issue of the parents. The parents, they need to get out of scarcity mentality to abundance mentality. This issue of, and also our government, everybody is being, I am a consultant, I'm also doing a lot of strategic plans for the universities, for various business, for corporates and all that. And you can see even in the domain, even Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development. But what is this that even the parents needs to enhance to their children? Please, parents, let children go and study marketing. Because where there are no jobs, a marketer will never miss a job to do. The biggest challenge is people, they go do many disciplines. When they miss jobs, they come get frustrated in the world of marketing. Marketing is the future. So even if you have done whatever degree, there are those sharp even doctors. After doing their medicine, they go, they do marketing. And they do HR. To be able to be people person, to be able to be customer person. Then the rest, the money is in your pocket. Yeah.
All right.
So if they like money, the next generation, and living well, marketing is the place.
Marketing is the place.
And the parents, they should not fear about the future. They should let their children understand the environment. A marketer understand the totality of an environment to be able to create. A marketer creates solutions. We are not employed per se. We were employed, and we thank God we were employed. But right now, we are supporting many to create solutions and deliver value. And what is the value at the end of the day? You don't look for money. Money will look for you.
All right, that is Dr. Stanley Shege Karanja, CEO, Stan Consulting Group Limited, talking to us this morning on the Marketers Night Out that will be happening this Friday at the Nairobi Hospital. His topic will be on delivering compelling customer value proposition, that is CVP, alongside, of course, other speakers, Ms. Phyllis Wakiaga and Stephen Lokonyo, who is the Managing Director, Fast Assurance Limited. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you at the Marketers Night Out on Friday.
God above all.
God above all.
Let's meet there.
Once again, today being the World Marketing Day, how do you celebrate a marketer today? Thank a marketing person, share marketing knowledge and exchange information, and of course, join a marketing community. Join a marketing community this Friday. We've come to the end of this conversation. Thank you so much once again. My name is Anne Odida. You're watching Morning Cafe. Stay with us.